Good evening, everybody. This is Veer Maheshwar Charitable Trust Latur organizing daily international webinar series. In this series, we are inviting the speakers from India and abroad. Every day, we are listening on various topics from the speakers invited from India and abroad. Today, we have invited Professor Dr. Neeta Vaydande, Madam, who is head of the School of Banking, Finance and Commerce, Scope Global Skill University, Bhopal, MP. Her topic is environmental accounting and sustainability in MSMEs. I request you, ma'am, you can start your speech. I welcome you from my organizing team and all the participants and our Veer Maheshwar Charitable Trust. I welcome all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. First of all, a great evening to all of you. And from my side, today is a very auspicious day of Vasant Panchami. So I would like to wish each one of you on this forum a very happy Vasant Panchami, known for two big reasons. That is, one is a new season will be coming, and another is uh, honoring Mata Saraswati. So, on this auspicious day, giving me this platform and such a wonderful day also to present this session, I thank all of you, the entire forum, for inviting me for this session. My session for today, before I move on, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Dr. Neeta Vaydande, and currently I'm working with Scope Global Skills University as the head of school, banking, finance, and commerce. And I have done all my education from Maharashtra, Mumbai, and my PhD from Savitri Bai Phule University. And I have also written several books on international business and foreign trade domain as a specialization. And I'm also involved in research area, research work. So, taking that opportunity, I have come today to present a topic on environment sustainability in MSME. So, before I move on to my session, I would like to thank each one of you for inviting me for this session today. I will start my slide. Just a second. Yes, sir. Is the slide visible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes. My topic for this session is environmental accounting and sustainability in MSME, that is micro, small, and medium enterprises, strengthening the backbone of Indian economy. Now, there are certain reasons why I have chosen this topic. That is, understanding the role of MSME in Indian economy, because MSME contributes to Indian economy in several reasons that we will be discussing further. Increasing importance of environmental accounting in present scenario, where green economy as well as green business is taking prime over other businesses, and realizing the concept of sustainability into the business, and understanding that it is not only a necessity, it is not only an option but a necessity for every business if they want to exist and sustain for longer period of time, and also discussing various challenges faced by MSME, the tools for environmental accounting, as well as certain initiatives taken by the government and the policies initiated by the government to increase the growth of MSME, and also suggesting certain recommendations for MSME segment. So to discuss all these things, I have taken this topic. Moving further, first let us understand what is MSME? We all know MSME, but how to merge MSME with environmental accountability so that MSME sustains for a longer period of time, not only contributing economically, but also contributing to the ecology and increasing the business globally. So this is what the concept of MSME and environmental accounting I have brought with. Understanding what is MSME, classified as businesses which are very important for the economy, and it is included in different segments and sectors: producing goods, providing services, creating jobs, and boosting exports. MSMEs are visible in different segments. They are into production, manufacturing, services, and other areas, also contributing greatly to the Indian economy. See this classification of MSME, the current one and the revised limits are also given. MSMEs are segmented into three categories: micro enterprises, small enterprises, and medium enterprises, based on their investment limits and the turnover limits. Now, when you talk about micro enterprises, those businesses which have an investment of 2.5 CR and turnover limit of 10 CR fall under the category of micro. Simultaneously, 25 crore investment limit and turnover of 100 crore businesses falls under small enterprises, and 125 CR as well as turnover of 500 CR falls under medium enterprises. So on the basis of investment and turnover, these three categories, micro, small, and medium enterprises, have been classified. And MSME is governed by MSME Act 2006, which is also regulated by the Government of India, Ministry of MSME, Government of India. Understanding the importance of MSME, we will understand this session into three different parts: MSME, its role in Indian economy, as well as sustainability, why it is important to understand sustainability, and then how MSME can sustain into business through environmental accounting. So there are three segments which we will be seeing through this: MSME, sustainability, and environmental accounting. Why is MSME known as a backbone of Indian economy? Due to several reasons. Its contribution to Indian economy is immense. Reason being, it contributes to over 30% to India's GDP. 45% of the manufacturing output comes from MSME segment and sector. Second largest employment generation sector, because it provides employment to 110 million workers all over, as well as the contribution of MSME to exports also have reached between 45 to 50%. So such a major output is given by MSME sector to Indian economy. That is why it is called as a backbone of Indian economy. Now, what is sustainability? When you talk about sustainability, it is very important. Sustainability not only measures growth, profitability, market share, but more than that, sustainability also measures today you are enjoying the profit, today you are enjoying a good life, but without impacting and harming the future generation. So it is also our responsibility to understand that whatever we are enjoying today, whatever we are sharing today, also should be shared with the future generation. So that is what sustainability means here. And this sustainability in MSME is possible through environmental accounting. So therefore, we are going to understand sustainability also in MSME, because sustainability will enable MSME to gain long-term profitability. It is also helping community to grow together. So sustainability is often unintentional, driven by cost saving rather than strategy, because sustainability involves not harming future generation and also providing them the same kind of growth profitability metrics in terms of all kind of benefits which are enjoyed today. So this is why we are understanding sustainability, which is possible through environmental accounting. So here, India cannot achieve sustainability goals without transforming 63 million MSME. So sustainability is possible only when MSME segment will be taken care of with climate change and resource scarcity issues, certain kind of regulatory framework, as well as other expectations. You will everybody might have seen SDG goals given by United Nations. There are 17 SDG goals, that is Sustainable Development Goals, and here ecological balance or environmental balance is one of the major goals of sustainable development, and how it is possible through environmental accounting and how it relates to MSME is been I have tried to bring through this session. What is environmental accounting? It is a recent concept. Okay, not the concept which has not been done long before, but it is a recent concept after 1980s. This concept is a strategic tool. Environmental accounting is a strategic tool that helps to understand the cost should be included in the balance sheet or financial statements of the company. All these environmental resources, whether it is water, air, is free of cost. But only because it was free of cost, it was being used, it wasn't misused. So now there is an era where we have started taking care of these kind of resources which are freely available. But in future, there may be a scarcity of those resources. So we are measuring them into monetary metrics and trying to reduce the negative impact on the ecology through the concept of environmental accounting. So therefore, today environmental accounting is considered as a strategic tool that not only ensures compliance and risk mitigation, but also promotes cost saving, innovation, and sustainable growth. So sustainable growth is possible through environmental accounting. Accounting environment, which was earlier we were considering it as a free of cost resources, but today they are monetized. They can be included like other costs into the balance sheet and the financial statement of the company, which will help the organizations to make sensible use of these resources, having a big impact on the environment and leading to sustainable development. This concept is called as environmental accounting. Am I audible to everyone? Now, environmental impact of MSMEs. As we all know that your MSMEs are 30%, they are not only contributing, but there are over 63 million of MSMEs in India, segmented into micro, small, and medium enterprises. Just think about the vast operations that MSME performs, vast operations, vast manufacturing and production taking place by MSME. When these kind of things are taking place by MSME, it can have a severe impact on the ecology through energy consumption, industrial pollution, high water usage, okay, fresh water usage, as well as the waste disposal that MSME emits through its operations, through maybe carbon dioxide emission or any waste disposal after production, the waste remains that is being given out through MSME. So MSME not only have a positive impact on the economy, but it also simultaneously have a negative impact on the ecology. Okay, through these kind of these kind of outcome. So ESG and MSME, they have their relevance and they have been interconnected so strongly that ESG is important. Compliance is no longer an option, but it is a necessity today. It is a mandate today to be followed by all the MSME segment. Large corporations have increasingly started using and absorbing the environmental accounting practices. But in India, MSME segment have not started using or adopting the practices of environmental accounting to a greater extent due to certain reasons. The major reason is awareness. There is no such awareness also to the MSME sector about environmental accounting. So this concept of environmental accounting should be brought into picture, should be very much promoted by the government, so that this MSME segment also start using environmental accounting practices, which will not harm but mitigate or minimize the risk on the environment and ecology. You will find current adoption status of MSME in India. The observation today about environmental accounting is limited formal environmental reporting, and MSME segment is not using environmental reporting practices to a great extent, unlike large corporations. Large corporations have completely started adopting the practices. If you go to Tata Steel or Tata Energy, the website of those big organizations or large organizations like Reliance and Tata, you will find this environmental accounting cost in their balance sheet and financial statement, which is not visible in the MSME financial reporting system. So this is what the current status of MSME, because of which the promotion and the awareness of environmental accounting is important in the micro, small and medium enterprises segment. Okay, it is fragmented. Not everybody. Yes, few percentage of MSME sectors have been using it, but not everyone. The policy is very informal. That has been taken by MSME, though it is been drafted by the government of India in different standards and framework, but still they are not using and absorbing it to the great extent. And a compliance driven, very informal towards the usage of these policies by MSME segment. So if you understand the key gap, lack of structured environmental accounting framework is there on behalf of MSME. They are not very implementing environmental accounting practices. Now, why they are not using? There are certain reasons. One reason I've highlighted, that is lack of awareness. But apart from that, there are certain other reasons also which are barriers to environmental accounting practices in MSME. The internal as well as external challenges, it has been bifurcated. But let us understand. Limited financial capacity. MSME, as it is classified into micro and small, they are not into investing to a great extent on environmental accounting practices, lack of technical knowledge, okay, and absence of trained accountants. So these are certain internal challenges faced by MSME, because of which they are not going for environmental accounting practices. And external challenges include complex regulations, rules and regulations, then inadequate incentives, as well as limited awareness of long-term benefits. So because there is no awareness on part of MSME, they are not able to implement this environmental accounting practices in their system. So these have been bifurcated into a big theme, that is financial and economic constraints, organizational and knowledge barrier, regulatory and institutional challenges, and technical and data constraints. If you talk about MSME's workforce also, they are also not that trained and skilled, because of which it is not possible for MSME to go for mentioning the cost of environment in the organization. So it has to be seriously taken care by MSME as well as the government to impose certain practices on these segment, so that they produce less wastage and also help our environment to sustain for long, which will also ultimately benefit the MSME organizations as well. The scope of environmental accounting, as you know, because of MSME, they are into production, they are into manufacturing and different sectors like ceramic and other textiles, manufacturing, etc. Here, there is a great use of fresh water usage, great use of energy in the energy, emission of carbon dioxide, as well as wastage disposal outside, which is having a big impact on the ecology. The compliance cost is also very high. Rules and regulation, documentary framework is also very high, because of which they are not able to follow all those rules and regulations framed by the government. And this ultimately results into some hampering the growth and profitability of MSME segment. So environmental accounting today becomes important for MSME because of for cost management, value creation, and integration with reporting. If these environmental accounting practices being followed by MSME, it will help them to mitigate risk, mitigate wastage, enhancing the cost and profitability of the organization. This will help in value creation by increasing productivity and efficiency of MSME sector, and also it will help in creating a transparent reporting system of MSME to the government and other stakeholders, which will bring more business to this segment in the near future. Therefore, environmental accounting practices is essential to be followed by micro, small, and medium enterprises for sustainable growth. This is what benefits environmental accounting as a competitive advantage. If they start following environmental accounting practices, it will help in building good reputation, because more than 45% of export takes over is taken care by the MSME sector, and this will help in building reputation not only in Indian market but also in the global market from Indian MSME side. And it will also increase the investors and the lenders' confidence, because of which the banks will also lend loans and credit facilities to MSME if the environmental accounting practices are being adopted by this segment. So, therefore, I have brought this topic as environmental accounting not only to create awareness but also to brief that how MSME as an important segment of Indian economy can grow in the near future, and the young generation can get opportunity, and they also come opening such kind of sectors or such kind of businesses in this segment of MSME. Sustainability metrics for MSME. There are different tools being adopted, and which will, if different tools which are given, techniques which are given, if MSME starts adopting these techniques, it will help them to reduce the wastage. It will help to increase the positive footprint on the ecology, increase business, increase efficiency and performance in the market. So these tools are understanding carbon footprint, water footprint, and waste recycling rate. If such kind of metrics being followed, this will help MSME to grow. Now, what is life cycle assessment? Right from raw material to disposal, in every process, if the cost is being, if they start measuring, tracking the cost from raw material to disposal, it will help the organization to identify the hot spot. Where are they making mistakes? Where is the flaw? And that can easily be rectified through this life cycle assessment. So this is one of the tools through which MSME can go for understanding the greenhouse gas emission ratio, as well as it will also help them to understand renewable and non-renewable sources of energy to be used in the MSME organizations, etc., which will help to reduce waste and recycle waste, increasing the efficiency of the organizational MSME segment. Carbon accounting, this also can be done. Now, measuring carbon house gas emission is also tracking and reporting these kind of usage as well as emission of carbon in the community with net zero goals. You might have heard about Panchamrit initiative taken by the government of India. In this Panchamrit initiative, the government has come to zero carbon emission by 2070. So we want to completely omit the production of carbon dioxide and carbon till 2070, which is a very long time objective, and a very short objective also been given by the government of India in the Panchamrit initiative. So this is what the government wants, that MSME segment, which is contributing highly to the Indian economy, can also understand the importance of sustainability through ecological and environmental balance. And the third one is water footprint. So these kind of things can easily be assessed, easily be tracked, measured, and reported through the tools like life cycle assessment tool, carbon accounting method, water footprint method. You can go for measuring water consumption, how much water has been consumption, how much water has been polluted due to the waste emitted by MSME segment. This can be measured through the technique, and which will help in completely reducing the wastage and reducing the fresh water use in the production and other process of MSME organizations, which is very critical for Indian MSME sector. The other reporting frameworks, GRI standards. Okay, now this GRI standard is a globally recognized sustainability reporting framework through which they report how much of the energy has been used, how much of the water consumption has taken place in the production and processing of goods and services in production and other process of the organization. The second framework is business responsibility and sustainability report. This has been initiated by SEBI, Environmental, Social and Governance Framework, which gives a mandate of following the rules and regulations framed by the government for maintaining the ecology and reducing the wastages of MSME segment. As well as the third one is ISO 14001, globally recognized certifiable standard for environmental management system. So these are certain reporting frameworks for micro, small and medium enterprises through which they can give the data in a transparent and easy way that they are following the practices of environmental accounting, in which they are not only concerning about the profit maximization, but also concerning ecological balance, environmental maintenance for growth and sustainability. Government has also come up with certain initiatives for MSME, that is Z, zero defect, zero effect. Now, what is zero defect, zero effect? Here, if MSME starts following the practices of environmental accounting by using certain tools which we have seen in the earlier, like carbon footprint, this one life cycle assessment tool, as well as water footprint, then it will lead to zero defect to the ecology, which will also help in zero effect. Now, what is zero effect here? Zero effect on the environment. So zero defect in the practices, which will lead to zero effect on the environment. So this Z initiative has been done by the government of India to promote high quality and eco-friendly manufacturing for reducing the waste and increasing the competitiveness of MSME in the global framework. The second initiative by the government is RAMP, Raising and Accelerating MSME Performance. This is a World Bank supported central sector scheme such as GIFT. GIFT is Green Investment and Financing for Transformation. So here, if the MSMEs are investing through green approach, it will help them to get concessional finance from the banks. It will also help the MSME segment to get credit on a very concessional rates as well, which will help the MSME sector to grow if the financial support is available through such kind of schemes. And third one is MSME Spice, that is scheme for MSC Spice, that is scheme for promotion and investment in circular economy. So it is again an Indian government program by Ministry of MSME to help micro and small enterprises who adopt sustainable practices like reducing, reusing, and recycling waste. So it is not only about producing, but it is also about reusing and recycling the waste. And if they are following these kind of things, financial incentives will also be provided by the government of India to such and banks to such kind of segments. The regulatory framework of MSME in India for India, regulatory environment in India for MSME is here Environmental Protection Act 1986, which says that it is a duty and responsibility of every organization, those who are existing in the society and community, to take care of environment. This concern is now booming. Reason being, because of the climate change issues which are alarming the entire globe to take care of the environment. So Environmental Protection Act also speaks about the same, that it is the responsibility of every organization to preserve and protect our ecology and environment. Pollution Control Board norms are also there, which is also speaking about emission of harmful gases in the air, as well as ESG disclosure trend. It is mandatory for every organization nowadays for environmental, social, and governance disclosure trend to specify as well as to present the data. How much of the environment is being degraded by the activity and production of the organization. So this is what a regulatory environment which mandates all the MSME segment to follow rules and regulations. The benefits of sustainability for MSME, if they go for following all these compliances, rules and regulation, all the practices in a proper way, it will not only benefit but also go for reducing cost, ultimately increasing the profit ratio of the segment, increasing the brand value and goodwill of those segments in the market in India and abroad, and also access to green finance. So they will also be availing financial help, financial support, incentive facilities, and credit facilities from the banks, institutions, and the government. And this will help in different economic outcomes, higher efficiency, risk mitigation. It will increase the competitiveness of MSME segment, competing with the other global organizations as well, and long-term viability and sustainability of the MSME segment is ensured. What will be the environmental outcome if MSME starts following the rules, regulations framed by the government, as well as if they start practicing and using the tools which have been discussed earlier? It will help in reduced emission, resource conservation, and pollution control. So it will be a win-win situation for everybody, for the businesses, for the environment itself, as well as for the Indian economy to grow. It will also help in increasing such kind of job roles also for the young generation. If we start implementing such kind of syllabus, such kind of not only syllabus but curriculum into the syllabus and curriculum of the university and colleges, young generation will also understand the growing importance of MSME, increasing entrepreneurship avenues in the coming years. So it can help the young generation to take certain kind of roles also, advisory services, reporting roles. So it will increase job opportunities for today's generation as well as future generation if this is implemented in the curriculum and syllabus of university and colleges for students. Certain policy recommendations, that is simplified reporting norms should be there, green finance access, as well as MSME focused ESG metrics. If it is made little bit simpler, awareness is spread among the MSME segment, it will be easy for them to absorb such kind of practices in their day-to-day activities and reporting, as well as also they will bring transparency in the financial statements and balance sheet of the company, which will help them to gain the confidence of the investors also, which will help them to rise and grow in the near future. So this is what something about environmental accounting, if implemented in the micro, small, and medium enterprise segment, it will help them to grow, to sustain for longer period of time, and green growth is possible for the MSME segment, as well as bringing balance to the ecology as well. So this is what a small part from my side on MSME. In short, in brief, only thing about only thing which I want to bring to everybody's notice, because in this forum you will find few academicians, people from different domain, some students who are some or the other way connected to the community, but at the same time awareness about these things, about environmental accounting, green practices, okay, about what kind of facilities been offered by the government as well as banking and financial institutions to these business entities, is not known to everyone, but through certain conferences, through certain kind of sessions and platform, it becomes very easy for us to exchange the information, and this also creates and brings awareness about the upcoming things which are into business practices. So that is why I've taken MSME, environmental accounting, and how it would lead to sustainable business in the upcoming years. So this is from my side about MSME and my topic. Here I wind up with my.
Thank you, Dr. Neeta, madam. Uh, Objective of your speech is very useful to all of us because MSME is increased every day, industrialist area. At the same time, what the environmental care is taking by the government and what are the required things or what should be taken care of such industrial sector so that it could be not adverse effect on our society and the environmental. So this information is very useful and must know every citizen. So that objective here is very fair and it is a useful one. Thank you for this studious presentation by you. Now I request participants to unmute and they can discuss on this topic.
गुड इवनिंग मैम।
गुड इवनिंग
मैम, ये एमएसएमई के बारे में आपका विस्तार पूर्वक जो भी बताया गया है, क्योंकि मैं भी मतलब ये टॉपिक मेरे लिए नया नहीं है, क्योंकि इकोनॉमिक्स की हूँ, तो ये एमएसएमई के बारे में इंडियन इकोनॉमिक्स में भी चर्चा हो रही है, तो अक्सर इस पे होता है। तो मैम, उसमें जो चैलेंजेज है सबसे बड़ा इसमें ये है कि मतलब टाइम टू टाइम आफ्टर, जब से एमएसएमई का ये तो बैकबोन माना जाता है इंडियन इकोनॉमी का, और इसमें सरकार के द्वारा भी बहुत सारे मतलब जो रिलीफ मतलब मिल रहा है, पॉलिसीज बनी है, सारे चीज का मतलब ये इसका इम्प्लीमेंट दिख भी रहा है और जीडीपी में इसका कंट्रीब्यूशन भी अच्छा है। लेकिन मैम, इसमें इसके बाद भी अभी भी बहुत सारे मतलब बिहार में क्योंकि हूँ तो मेरा अपने ही स्टेट पे दिमाग आ जाता है, यहाँ पे इतनी सारी मतलब फैक्ट्रीज या छोटे छोटे जो भी बने हुए हैं वो सब एमएसएमई, वो सब मतलब फाइनेंशियली वो मतलब ये हो करप्ट होते हैं, मतलब जो टाइम पे लोन पे नहीं करने के कारण वो बंद होते जा रहे हैं। और बंद होने के वाले वैसे इस बार सीएम सर के द्वारा बिहार में कहा गया कि जो बंद पड़ा है, जो भी चीनी मिल वगैरह या फिर कोई भी इस तरह के छोटे मोटे, उस सबको इस बार स्टार्टअप के लिए जो फिर से उसमें ये किया जाएगा। तो उसमें मैडम जैसे आपने फ्यूचर के बारे में बताया, तो क्या इसका मतलब है कि मतलब जो पुराने जो भी इंडस्ट्री है या फिर वो बंद पड़े हैं, जो लॉस में चले गए हैं, गवर्नमेंट उसको बेच देती है, तो क्या मतलब जो पुराने जो है स्टार्टअप उसको किया जाएगा क्या?
यहाँ पे रोल आता है जिसका बिजनेस है, ठीक है, क्या उन्होंने पहले से सारे कंप्लायंस, रेगुलेटरी, डॉक्यूमेंट्री, ये सारी चीजें पहले से की है, फिर उन्होंने उनकी रिपोर्टिंग, क्या उनकी रिपोर्टिंग सही से हुई है, वॉट एवर लोन दे हैव टेकन इज बिन प्रॉपरली आई मीन पेड बैक, ठीक है, अगर ये सारी कंप्लायंसेस उन्होंने फॉलो की है तब तो उन्हें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आना चाहिए, लेकिन अगर ये सारी चीजें उन्होंने नहीं की है सिस्टमैटिकली, then there are chances, because this will also impact their profit. अगर प्रॉफिट ही नहीं कमा रहे हैं तो वो सस्टेन नहीं करेगा, और सस्टेन नहीं करेगा तो फिर उसको एक दिन बंद करने की नौबत आ जाएगी, ऐसे. सो इट डिपेंड्स अल्टीमेटली अपॉन हु इज डूइंग द बिजनेस एंड व्हाट काइंड ऑफ प्रैक्टिसेस दे हैव बीन फॉलोइंग इन देयर बिजनेसेस. अगर वो लॉस में जा रहा है तो हो सकता है उनको तरीका चेंज करने की जरूरत हो. दे नीड टू फाइंड आउट द रीजन बिहाइंड why they are going into loss. अगर आपने उस चीज को आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया, then there are chances of again I mean जैसे हम लोग इंडस्ट्रियल सिकनेस के बारे में पढ़ते हैं, टर्न अराउंड स्ट्रेटेजी होती है उसमें कि सिक इंडस्ट्रीज को भी रिवाइव बैक कर किया जा सकता है, बट उसका मेजर कंसर्न और कारण क्या है is necessary to be understood, then it is possible to be revived.
इंडिया के भी देखिए मतलब शुरू से ही यही रहा है कि मतलब ज्यादातर को लॉस में चला जाता है, पता नहीं अब क्या जो भी रीजन रहा हो, सरवाइव नहीं कर पाता है पूरी तरीके से, कंपनी या तो बंद हो गया या इंडस्ट्री जो भी है, ओनली फॉर फाइनेंशियल रीजन. अब पता नहीं कैसे इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट कैसे क्या इनका होता है, तो मतलब वो नहीं कर पाते हैं. आप जो भी मतलब लेते हैं कैसे उनका मतलब क्या रहता है, प्लानिंग रहता है, सक्सेसफुल नहीं हो पाता है. मतलब शुरू से जब से मतलब देख रही हूँ, मतलब इसके बारे में ज्यादातर वो मतलब क्या उसका ये बैरियर्स का ही चर्चा ज्यादातर रहता है, लेकिन प्रेजेंटली भी इस तरह का देख रहा है, लेकिन वही बंद पड़ा हुआ है. सरकार
एमएसएमई
ने
लार्ज कॉर्पोरेशन से ज्यादा कंपटीशन फेस करता है, क्योंकि एमएसएमई उतना उतना ये नहीं है, पावरफुल नहीं है. लार्ज कॉर्पोरेशंस को ये सप्लाई करते हैं, लेकिन हाँ इनकी सारी जो प्रोसेस है, वर्क प्रोसेस, वो भी ट्रांसपेरेंट होने जरूरी है. लोन लिया है तो उनको ये भी दिखाना जरूरी है कि आउटकम है इसका, उसको टैक्सेस पे करने हैं, जो भी उनको पेमेंट करना है फॉर द लोन दैट दे हैव बीन टेकिंग फ्रॉम द बैंक्स एंड द इंसेंटिव्स. अगर इसमें ट्रांसपेरेंसी नहीं है, इट विल ऑटोमेटिकली कॉज क्लोजर ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. हम इस सेगमेंट पे ये समझ रहे हैं कि बाकी चैलेंजेस तो है एमएसएमई को, जैसे इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर चैलेंज है, स्किल्ड वर्कफोर्स का एक चैलेंज है, फाइनेंशियल अवेलेबिलिटी एक चैलेंज है, लेकिन अभी के सिनेरियो में एमएसएमई को एनवायरमेंटल अकाउंटेबिलिटी भी रखनी पड़ेगी, जो एक चैलेंज भी है, बट साथ में ये एक अपॉर्चुनिटी भी है कि अगर ये सब फॉलो करते हैं, इस मैट्रिक्स को फॉलो करते हैं, तो उनके पास एग्जिस्टेंस का और सस्टेनेबिलिटी का चांसेस ज्यादा बढ़ जाता है. इसमें माइक्रो स्मॉल थोड़े परसेंटेज में कम है, लेकिन मीडियम एंटरप्राइजेस को ये फॉलो करना ही चाहिए इफ दे वांट टू compete with the other big organizations. This is what we have understood in the segment.
Thank you ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Priti Kumari from Economic Department. So you have raised the question. Today's topic is mostly related to how business should not be related, not sustainability or not the balance or not their work, but it is related to environmental issues. How these medium projects, small projects are under the environmental care. This is the main issue. No problem for asking the question and discussing with our speaker. Actually, what happens, the all rules are on the paper, but mostly they are not followed, so that this bag that is happens. Industry should take care about the environment, about their wastage, how they can recycle, or how they can be not polluted on the soil or river or any water sources nearby that. So there is own responsibility. Thank you. And now I request others can unmute and they can discuss with our speaker.
Any questions? It is not completely about the organizational practices and all, but it is about how MSME, being such a major contributor to the economy, and at the same time also impacting the environment, which is very important to be taken care by today. If not taken care by today, the future generation is going to suffer because of this. So though we are making profit, though we are increasing profitability, though we are into the process production, everything, but don't harm the environment. If you take this environment as an opportunity, how this is going to turn your business into a large scale business in the coming years and future. This is what has been discussed through environmental accounting practices through MSME. That is what I've tried to convey.
Thank you, Neeta madam. We are very fortunate there. Our director Veerabhadraji Ganachari Gurulio is present here, and he also friend of environment because he does the work related to care of the environmental. So today he is joined here. It's very great thing for us. We are blessed always with his kind words and also presence. Thank you, sir, for joining with today's speaker in the best speech. Now, Dr. Sanan Shukla, sir, I would like to request you to discuss with our speaker.
Thank you very much, Dr. BETKAR sir. Namaskar, Guruji, and Namaste, madam. Wonderful presentation you have made, and I think this is a requirement of today's world. So one should pay attention to these aspects very carefully, right? And I don't have much questions about this, but thank you very much. A good appreciation for your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. We as an academicians, now it becomes our responsibility also to address this concern to the future generation, that how they are going to lead this businesses through environmental practices and all. So this should be added in our curriculum as well.
Because there is always tussle between the urbanization and the tribal areas, and you will find industrializations, and what will happen with the simple project, metro project was there, and people were ready to cut all the trees.
Yes.
So a number of examples are there, no doubt, but wonderful presentation. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I'm very thankful to everyone for giving me this platform to present.
Thank you, Dr. Sanan Shukla, sir, and Preeti madam, for active discussion with our speaker. Really, it is a great information we received today. We have to take care of our environmental. At the same time, industrial balance should be there. Thank you, ma'am. And we are all academicians can propagate these thoughts to the people, those who are in the surrounding industry area and those who are running the industry. Thank you for your best presentation today. I'm thankful to all participants, those who are joined here. Thank you to all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Participants are requested to fill the feedback link which is available. Now this YouTube link is open for 2 to 3 minutes. You can left, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.